Chapter 4. Delete and Destroy Distractions. I will admit I've questioned the point of this life before. If suffering and struggling are inevitable and are part of the process, then what's the point? Why continue to pretend that everything will work out and go according to this earthly plan? That spot is deep to be in because your passion is altered and distorted. So now you're drifting through life with all its chaos, your feelings and emotions are spinning like a wheel of fortune, and you find yourself always questioning what to do next. I think the life is like digging for gold. You have no clue if you're even in the right area or the right time. You know it's labor and emotionally intensive to find even the smallest piece of gold. You know, though, through the process you will learn so much, literally, life skills. So you push on and you start to understand that pain and setbacks are never enjoyable, but the end goal never changes. Then suddenly you find a gold nugget. I believe just finding that gold is more valuable than what it's actually worth. Without purpose, something to drive us or motivate us, then we are just wandering and wondering what's next. Just as the gold nugget, in all its beauty and value, is worth nothing if never found and used in this lifetime. The universe has set up your gift in the same manner. Fail to find it and use it, and it will fail to be worth anything. Do you really want to just exist and let life happen, or do you want to be one who disrupts this mess and stands bold to mold their own future? Once we find it, we want to see if we can find more of it, or even use a skill we've learned along the way, thus increasing the excitement to keep going. We need the chase in order to feel alive and have meaning in our life. Finding it only means you want more, so appreciate what you have and let it be about fulfillment over possessions and money. Possessions and money even come to those who lie and cheat, so why would you chase something so insignificant? Respect money, but be honorable and courageous, and those blessings will come. Our minds are always racing, always thinking about what we need to do next, what chores need to be completed, what deadline at work needs hit, what bills need paid, what kids need picked up, and the list goes on and on. When you are conscious and intentional about your development, your mind must wander to great ideas and not to all your great challenges ahead. So, let's say you have a great idea. You're in the middle of something, so what do? You should never let that thought pass. You think you will remember it later, but I promise you it will be gone and you will struggle to find it again. Here's the solution. If you have your phone, send a text to yourself. You speak it or type it, it gets documented, then you'll receive a text from yourself. Later, you can affirm your vision. You believe so strongly at the moment, capture it. Can't text? Open your notes app or grab a pen and notepad. Don't let that thought disappear. You must value the situation, the moment, and the inspiration. After you capture it, live in the moment and then feel that energy again. After you use this strategy enough times, take that message and write it down or email it to yourself. You must use the mind as the greatest gift as it was intended. People are predictable. You need to change your perspective of what you see in your environment. Shift your focus and it will become part of the art of awareness. It comes to life for you. Then you will get that deep joy that has you smiling for no reason. Your wisdom, motivation, and inspiration become a part of you, and then you become more valuable to more than just that one moment with that one person. Avoid being like a plastic bag floating in the wind. You're all over the place and far from being grounded. Give people a reason to listen to you and give comfort to a broken world desperately seeking to find hope in humanity. You can start this by giving yourself a legitimate 2 minutes a day. Use this time to meditate, to stretch, to read, to think about yourself and your goals. 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes at night will shift your entire day and momentum. You win the morning, you have the best chance to win the day. It's commitment. Just run the race, stick to the plan, and you'll see the difference. There's a unique breathing technique that will bring peace like you've never experienced before. Close your eyes and visualize seeing your breath. This needs to be done in the morning so you can create the day, and then at night so you can reflect and learn from it. Your morning routine is critical because it sets the tone for everything to come. Delete and destroy distractions. Discover your daily meditation through my Own Your Truth in 25 Days journal. Fail to prepare for the day, then prepare to fail on this day. When you own your truth, you are on a mission to find the most dangerous person in your life, you. We will learn more about owning your truth throughout this book. Even though this is a lifetime process, being comfortable and confident with yourself shouldn't be. Document your life, your moments, your memories. Our reaction is our power and strength. It's our fuel for the tractor to help us keep plowing forward through it all. You will feel energy when you're truly devoted to change. That's how you get that feeling of life. The hardest part is when you feel it. It's heavy on your heart, but you must wait. Distractions will show themselves at full strength, so patience is a virtue. The waiting period is full of time, energy, research, planning, and coordination. When you want something, you must train yourself through it. I've had plenty of trials and errors, but it never stopped me. Endless hours of work that never panned out. Life changes require a transition. One of the hardest parts is letting go of comfort and balancing life as it faces you today. Health, income, children, family, even entertainment to help keep your sanity all must be considered when understanding balance. Most people are guided by a schedule of planned work or planned events. We use time away from work as an escape, but our escape is flooded with busy work. Busy work could be laying around, watching TV, scrolling, and the list goes on. Whatever pulls you away from pursuing your plan or passion. Do you have the ability to transfer energy into learning and studying the details of your passion? Try a 2-week mission to overcome those demons. The devil wants to talk, but you're not up for conversation. Pointless and useless is the only way to describe these conversations. You usually don't realize you are even in one of these long drawn-out conversations, but that's the point. Drift even further until you have enough distractions that you can't see the top of the hole that you just dug yourself into. Will you finally make the commitment to be more than average over talking and thinking about it? If you feel it's in you, you know you're different, then understand the moment you are in and remove all noise, all negative additions, and all things that keep you from making the leap. Start each day this way. Breathe in, breathe out, and remind yourself that you can handle this and that whatever you're going through is just preparing you for something bigger. Don't get caught up in the negatives or the bad energy that's pulling you down. Go all in. Going all in is huge because it's deep. Do we really go all in though? We are so quick to remove the tough times that truly may help us, but instead we hold on to so much baggage. It's really disgusting to be so talented, but waste it because you can't let go of something someone said about you, not receiving a parent's approval, or the belief that you have been cursed since birth. Your talent just needs to be turned on. Flip the switch and let your light be contagious. Most of us struggle to shine our light and avoid facing reality or being honest with where we really are with our ability. We live in this bubble thinking that we are everything and more, but never take the time to actually listen to good mentorship, what people are saying about us, or the ones we are responsible for. There comes a time when we all realize something is off and we are face to face with that wall we've had up for a long time. We can choose to see and believe what's on the other side, or we can turn back to our blinded ways. Most turn back because the other side is reality, and that usually means changing who you are or changing how you've done it for years. Remember, we attach to our survival so tight that we are scared to death to let it go. Even if we know it's best for us in our future, we cling to it so tightly that instead of flourishing and discovering new things about ourselves, we end up smothering everyone around us. We are loved, but we are also called to be disciples of discipline, to learn from this and learn around everything that's happening from a higher power to be developed through our trials. We are given hope in a world we really don't have full control over. So, ask yourself, what are you going to do to become the best version of yourself? Ask yourself these questions and really understand the truth behind them in your life. What are some of your survival instincts you've relied on in the past? What is your inner being telling you, or your consciousness when faced with a tough decision? What is your life story? We all have one, but what has it done for you? Have you become the victim or the one who overcame it to lead others out of their storm? What kind of people do you surround yourself with? You can't control everyone, but your inner circle or the ones you trust should be open and honest. You always need a perspective on the situation you are facing. If you want to know the meaning of life, ask what meaningful things you have done to positively impact the lives of those around you. What is your spirit telling you? Is it connected to the universe? Is it calling out for help, but also calling life into existence? You can't call to the universe with a helpless mindset. The universe will provide, but it requires you to be a part of it. What would be the point of your gift if it was always in the hands of someone else or something else? Creativity is a result of your creation and your duty to this world. Don't panic. We all have thoughts and reactions, but don't panic and create hostility or something that puts people on edge. If you overreact, then others around you will begin to feed off of this and in return overreact themselves. Are you challenging the status quo to raise expectations, or are you reacting to every situation, inducing more panic? The world has enough chaos and will show itself often, so become the exception by facing it each time. Remove the poison from your mind. It is with the mind that we serve something bigger than ourselves. The devil knows this, and he tries to consume us with anxiety, stress, worries, rebellion, doubts, and depression. Free your mind. If you know you're going to go through hell and back, instead of resisting it, just make sure you bring your water. You ever looked hell in the face knowing you're bringing your dual water pistols? Hell should know it has already been lost to this righteous person, so bring the confidence and the craziness. You better have a little crazy in you if you want to come out on top. It's funny to watch so many people struggle in their situation, fight and resist the feelings of what they can't change, and end up in the same frustrated state. Stop living your life in doubt and denial and be ready for when your time comes to shine. You must prepare yourself so you can jump in head first. When things are revealed to you, you can make it a part of your life instead of running so far ahead of it that you miss it. We usually underestimate the challenge of our circumstance. We usually find ourselves in a deep hole that we dug for ourselves, and when a rope is given to get out, we politely ask for a ladder instead. Being ready for it doesn't mean you is ready for you. Take a deep breath and remove the cloudiness that is holding your mind hostage. I wouldn't ask you to build me a house just because you read a book on how to do it. It's a process and a path of experience. This mission only works when you allow yourself to be led with a laser focus of determination. We must follow our passion and reach goals and milestones that we never thought were possible and not get discouraged because of a few setbacks. You might be down, but it isn't over. You might be crying and dragging your sorry self around, but you will be back stronger than ever. You must feel good about what's coming your way. You are good enough, you are smart enough, and you are strong enough, so tell that inner voice full of doubt to shut up. Most don't know what a distraction actually is and how it impacts their destiny. You may not realize this, but distractions are similar to having ADHD because you get pulled 50 different ways that do not align with your destiny. You must be laser focused if you want to be successful. You can spend all of your time running here and running there, spreading yourself so thin that you don't actually know your purpose. We get distracted by staying busy, maintaining our responsibilities at home, our effort into our kids' lives, our marriage, and the list goes on and on. What we fail to see is that we can be amazing at all of these things, and it doesn't have to be a distraction to our destiny. What are you doing now? What you should be doing and what are you capable of doing are all influenced by other people and other situations. Sometimes when everything else requires you, you lose what it feels like to have satisfaction in your life. What started out as helping others has turned into your duty and obligation for everyone else's demands. Even though it may be family or good intentions, ask yourself, is it distracting you from what you're passionate about? Another way to be distracted is noticing what everyone else has, but quickly forgetting what you have been given. You can be consumed with an assignment that makes you feel important but has no value. Are you working with the skin you're in and being the best you can be, or are you just working to the tune of everyone else's requests because you're a good person? Are you neglecting what matters the most to you? Now, there's nothing wrong with being a servant, but when you're a savage servant, you respect yourself and you make sure others respect your time and what's important to you. We will learn more about being a savage servant in the later chapter. The hardest part is trying to get others to see what's important to you. This usually means setting some boundaries, and I promise you the minute you set boundaries, you'll find out how needy people are. It amazes me at how many people are obsessed with themselves, and when someone sets a boundary, they literally do not know how to deal with it. They're thrown back because they're used to being your punching bag, and they can't believe what you're saying because it doesn't make any sense. Just take a step back, watch people, and then set a boundary to test this theory and see what happens. They are all called habitual line crossers. They mean well, but just think up to yourself, how many times have they genuinely asked you how you're doing or how things are going in your life? Most don't know how to handle the pressures of life, so they spend all of their time convincing people around them that their life is broken beyond repair. You can't give the world all of you if all of you is stuck helping only a few. You can't change the past and you can't stop habitual line crossers, but you can take on what's in front of you. Learn to deal with it and fight through it. Be aware of those distractions and realize who the ones are trying to suck the life out of you. This doesn't exempt us from being involved, and we should want to fight the good fight. You must find out what it takes to remove the poison, avoid the drifting, and remain a champion. So what does all these trials bring us? They bring patience, give experience, and they give us a story full of hope that we can be the light to someone else. At some point, people are exhausting. They will wear you down with burden after burden. The connection to our lighthouse is helping others be confident in their own way, to provide the lifeboat, but require them to maneuver it. The lighthouse doesn't go out and save the world, but it provides a path to something better. It provides direction when someone may feel lost. When there is hope, it should make you glad, but you have to be patient in times of trouble. We are always being led towards something, either pushing you towards something good or something you are running from. Very seldom do we just stay in the middle and everything continues to be in harmony. There is no doubt you will feel discomfort when you're in this big of a fight, and it will definitely not be your best moments that you'll be bragging about. But take a step back, relax, and step into that ring knowing you've already won. How do you win in this life? Be the light that shines so bright that it brings comfort to a dark, desolate world. When you have this mindset followed with action, your life will have more meaning. Being the lifeboat and the connection to the lighthouse means you understand the art of listening. Though it can be easily defined, it's seldom followed. Even attempts to hear the other side are quickly shut off because we've either filled in the blanks or we started sharing our opinion. Listening with the intent to understand sometimes means not talking at all. Sometimes listening doesn't mean we are required to answer, even if we know how to fix their problems. They say that if you can close your eyes and ears, you will hear the whispers of the universe speak to you. Do you think you could do that simple task and hear the universe calling out to you? Master the art of listening, and you'll listen to those you are leading. Distractions will never cease to exist, but you hold the authority to diminish them from holding you back. 1 Peter 5:8. Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour.